What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again. And before we get started, if y'all don't mind, please like this video, share this video. Also, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, join the fam as I drop content daily, go live daily. And we stay very busy on this platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, as I'm always interested and intrigued as to what you all think about these topics that we discuss. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to the work. As I was watching the Hardknocks with the New York Giants. They're featuring the New York Giants right now, and I just happened to catch a episode. And I don't know how old or new it is, but it's featuring the New York Giants and the New York Giants GM Joe Schoen. Hope I'm saying his name correctly. He was talking to his team, a couple guys on the panel. I can't recall their names right now. A couple guys in the office with him, and they were discussing a number of topics, but what caught my ear was their conversation pertaining to Saquan Barkley. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, I'm a big fan of Saquan. I've been rocking with him since he was in college, Penn State. Knew that he was a generational talent way back then. I don't know if y'all knew, but Jay-Z at one point in time was my favorite rapper, and at the time, during the peak of my Jay-Z days, listening to his music anyway, he signed Saquon Barkley to Rock Nation, and it was just like a big thing. I just thought that was like the telltale sign that excuse me, Saquon was going to be that man. Of course, he had some highlights, some flashes in a New York Giants uniform, but for the most part, not most part, but some of his career has been plagued with injuries, and it's kind of worked against the young man. But I think he still has plenty of juice in the tank. I know Saquon, I believe he's only like 26, so still a young, very young running back. But Jim Schoen was saying that, of course, this is a business, and it came down to a decision of prioritizing the offensive line or paying Saquon Barkley. Also in the mix was Daniel Jones. If y'all don't know, that is the quarterback who quarterbacks for the New York Giants, took over after Eli Manning retired. So he's dealing with a lot of pressure, replacing a Giants legend, respectfully. And but Daniel Jones is, I say he's a mid-level quarterback. I've seen some decent games from him, some decent passes, but at the end of the day, it's the New York Giants, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? The dumpster fire that they've always been, even when they had Eli Manning, the Giants are always shaky. So, but they were saying that also, they wanted to start featuring the offense around him a little bit more. Excuse me, I don't know why I got all this. Can't talk right now, but anyway. They wanted to feature the offense around him a little bit more, make this the year of Daniel, using Jim Schoen's words. I don't know if Daniel Jones is that good to commit your offense to him. Nonetheless, this is the brain trust of the Giants organization, so that was their commitment. More so commit to the offensive line, and Daniel Jones. And as well, he stated that they couldn't pay Saquon Barkley $40 million if they were going to build up their offensive line, which I 100% agree. You're talking about the NFC East, more so with the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. They always bowled one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and that speaks to why the Eagles and the Cowboys are always in the mix. Excuse me, they're always in the mix of taking the division, and they're always in the mix of being in the playoffs. Now, we know the Eagles are a little bit more of a threat to go all the way, win it all, as the Dallas Cowboys seem to, at some point before the NFC Conference championship game, they just seem to fumble the ball there, no pun intended, but nonetheless, they get that far mostly because they have spectacular offensive lines, both teams respectfully. Not so for the New York Giants. And I know that it's kind of difficult, seeing your divisional rival, keep getting all this wealth of talent at the offensive line, and you knowing as the man, the decision maker, that you have to improve in that department. So I totally understand Jim Schoen's line of thought there, but Saquan Barkley and Stephen A. Smith's worth is box office. I don't think you should let him walk for literally nothing, and let him walk to the Philadelphia Eagles, which was a surprise. These guys, Jim Schoen and his brain trust, was discussing that as they, showed their hubris a little bit by saying that they didn't think a contending team with a $20 million wide receiver on their roster would be interested, nor have the resources to pick up Saquon Barkley. But how wrong were they? Because speaking of that divisional rival, Saquon goes right next door to the Philadelphia Eagles, who has two wide receivers that they're paying well over $20 million to. And they mentioned that they were shocked that happened. But that's just the foolishness. That's why I say they was really showing their hubris, kind of showing their behinds, and being very arrogant in that regard. Again, and I'm of the opinion too, with certain players, Saquon Barkley, the moment you let him go, you're looking for another Saquon Barkley. That's just the point of the matter. Now, the New York Giants running back position is laughable. I can't recall or think of anybody significant they got back there. I can't even recall who's on their depth chart right now. I know that they did have the number 6 pick in the draft pick. I have to go recall the NFL draft to see who they picked up. As they said that they were looking to bank on picking up an offensive weapon. If I'm not mistaken, I think they picked up a wide receiver, but they were banking on picking up a offensive weapon in the draft to try and replace Saquon's production, or at least the attraction to the gates that Saquon was. But yeah, man, it was a very interesting segment. Because it just kind of shows. I love the Hard Knocks, not necessarily because they show the players, but because they show the coaches and the assistant coaches and the guys in the offices. Hard Knocks really gets very intrusive, if you will. And I can't really commit to watching an entire season of it because I believe it's on HBO or I forget how. I seen it on ESPN. I think I seen it on ESPN. It was just a rerun or on NFL Network, one of the two. But it's very informative, and I guess I could say that it lets you see what goes down behind the scenes. Because of course we enjoy the NFL product every Sunday in and Sunday out. But how do these teams get assembled? How do the GM feels about his team? Which I think the whole city of New York, as far as the Giants nation, I think they all have a concern about their offensive line. So it's very interesting to also see that the GM knows that, and he's actually the guy that can do something about it. And like I said, I don't think Jim Schoen is a total bad guy for letting Saquon Barkley walk. Now that I know that his priority was to build from the offensive line up, I have no mistake. I have no qualm with that, as I'm one of those people that believe that you have to build from your offensive and your defensive line out. It's kind of like the NBA. You got to play the inside-out game. Of course, you want to get the shiny new young quarterback, or you want to go get that outstanding wide receiver. But if you don't have an offensive line to protect these guys, to give you the time you need to get the plays off, it's finito. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And again, I was shocked to hear that they were shocked. I was shocked to hear Saquon Barkley go to the the Philadelphia Eagles, because they are paying Devontae Smith and AJ Brown big money, So, and I think that Jim Schoen and his crew made a mention of, like, where are the Philadelphia Eagles? As far as they have the money to pay these guys, these skilled players, but how would they fill out the rest of their roster, which is, another interesting point that they brought up. Because you are giving Saquon a lot of money, you're giving Jalen a lot of money, you're giving AJ and Devontae a lot of money. I'm sure I had to look on the salary list and see who else is on that, big money list. But are they going to have enough for everybody else, or how is it going to play out for the Eagles? I don't know. Eagles are a super team right now. Respectfully, I like what they're doing. I like it a lot, really. My only real concern is what is Kellen Moore gonna do? Kellen Moore has kind of been funny to me how he keeps getting a job, but really doesn't do much. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. Please, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for y'all. Please like this video, share this video. Once again, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. Subscribe if you don't mind. Join the family as I do drop content daily, go live daily. And also leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Always intrigued to know what y'all think about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.